Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Saturday night, at least for another half an hour or so. And while we have a little bit of free time on our hands, I thought it would be fun to do a live stream for the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. Santino went to sleep a little later than usual, so I'm on a little later. We have been lucky enough to be starting these Saturday live streams at 10:30, but now we're sniffing around 11:40, which is fine. It's not unusual for us to stream at this time. It's kind of fun, because what with the new late night talk show, it's pretty usual for these kind of things to start at about 11:35 anyway. So I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. There is, the newest episode of the Noel Show. Hey, Spider-Man, how you doing, man? Newest episode of the Noel Show is up where I interview um, Kevin Nash and Miss Cleo, and we also do a skit where what was the skit for that one? I can't remember. Um, Crap. What was the skit for that? I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch it. Too many blows to the head, I guess. Um, but yeah, hopefully that was enjoyable. And what? Darn, it's gonna bother me now. I can't remember what the skit was. Was it the Aldi stuff? Maybe it was the Aldi stuff, the Aldi catalog. We did an Aldi catalog, viewer mail. Um, oh no, it was the celebrity yearbook. That's what the skit was. We took a look at different celebrity yearbook photos and took a look at their career ambition quotes, and so that was what the skit was. So it was a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun doing those, and I do want to do a comic book before the school year starts, but at the same time, I do have new ideas for different Noel shows. So I'm kind of working on one in my head right now that involves Tom Snyder, who was the host of the show after David Letterman, opposite Conan O'Brien. And I mean, I was a big Conan and Letterman fan, so I didn't get to see a lot of Tom Snyder, but I have been watching more of his stuff on YouTube recently, and I think we could do some fun stuff using the Noel Show format with his type of talk show. But yeah, so if you guys have seen any of the new episodes of the Noel Show, I'm always down for your feedback. Um, Good times, good times. I don't know what else is going on. Barbie is still, I guess raking it up at the box office. Very divisive movie. People love it, people hate it. We had a little chat about it. I don't know. I still haven't seen it. I don't really want to see it. I don't really want to give money to it. But like part of me is like I want to review the movie for the channel. And then another part of me is like I really don't want to have to like subjugate myself to like sit through, my women's history minor, wrapped in, pretty pink sparkles, which is basically what the movie sounds like. But nevertheless, Spider-Man said there's some solid funny moments in it. Um, but if anyone has any more chatter or discussion they'd like to, broach that topic, I'd be happy to engage. It kind of seems to be the, like, feminist Donald Trump, like, seriously. The same way that a lot of, feminists and liberals were kind of astounded that Donald Trump had traction in the cultural, kind of zeitgeist, and then felt really like befuddled and angry as a result of that. It seems like a lot of the critics of the Barbie movie are having like kind of the inverse reaction, because something that, at least from what I've heard, is very exclusionary in its narrative toward half of the population, and kind of espouses an ideology that views men as oppressors, and doesn't really have a space for them in I guess kind of an equal situation, in kind of an equal order. Um, you know, and I think it probably also annoys that, you know, it's like men tend to be very stressed, and so it's nice to like go to the movies and see a pretty blonde that's like, not going to emasculate you. It's like kind of like, it's like you can get that from your wife at home. You go to the movies to escape that kind of thing, but now the pretty blonde at the movie is also emasculating you. So it's like there's no escape. So yeah, I don't know. It seems, but I was listening to an interesting panel discussion on it on YouTube, on one of those like nerd YouTube channels, and they brought on a bunch of girls. And the girls were saying, like, the reason this movie is doing well is because girls want, a pretty female avatar, basically. It's like a lot of these feminist girl power movies give you, like, Amy Schumer or kind of ugly women. And, now it's like Margot Robbie, childhood nostalgia, and ear tickling, which says you're simultaneously a goddess, a victim, and, the center of attention, which is kind of checking all the boxes for female psychology, at least on a shallow level. So I don't know. It's interesting though, because like you hear a lot about like patriarchy and stuff like that, but like I've been in a situation where it's like I've almost exclusively been subordinate to women, like growing up. Like I grew up with a single mom who I love my mom, and she really went through a lot to raise me. But nevertheless, it's like you see the good, the bad, and the ugly of female power when you grow up with a single mom. I spent most of my life in education as a student, both in elementary school, high school, undergraduate, graduate, PhD. And most of my professors, not all, but the majority were women, and the majority of almost all of my advisors were women. Um, so again, you see the bad, and the ugly of female power. So it's kind of like I don't have this naive, kind of masculine feminist mentality. And like one of the commenters on the Barbie clip that I clipped from the last live stream was saying, this commenter was very, very nice, and very, had a very nice, thoughtful comment, and I really appreciate it. Was saying that, in her approximation, feminism was equality between men and women. And if that was what feminism was, like everyone would be a feminist. But I think the idea of feminism for at least in a collegiate sense, hey, International Channel, at least in a collegiate sense, is kind of in order where women are oppressed, men are oppressive, and that order must be inverted, under female hegemony. Hey, Deandra's on. All right. Hey, Deandra, this is interesting. We're kind of chatting about the Barbie movie. Have you seen it? And I'm interested to hear if you have seen it. Joseph is on. At least I think he's still on. And he said he liked it. I've heard very mixed reviews, and I have a background in feminist studies, unfortunately. So I'm kind of like, I hear what the nerd YouTubers are saying. I hear what, the people commenting online are saying. It seems to be a very kind of divisive, controversial summer blockbuster that kind of taps into the nerd sphere, because that kind of sphere deals with pretty girls and 80s toys, so it's kind of interesting. So but hey, Deandra, thank you for stopping by. Hey, International Channel. So I'm thinking tonight, we'll probably, I always say when I start a little later, you haven't seen it. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not planning on seeing it. So my wife asked me to take her, and I was like, I'll take you, but I'm not gonna like it. I don't think I'm gonna like it, but I will go so I can review it. And she's like, that sounds exhausting. I'll just go with my sister. So I was like, okay. Yeah. I took her to see Cocaine Bear, and I really didn't like that. Like, it was that was kind of an ugly movie. It was very like, it was grisly, pun intended. It had, ideologically, I didn't think it was very pleasant. I mean, it didn't have anything like horrible, but it was just like violent cocaine mama bear versus Felicity as the resourceful human mama bear, and Ray Liotta, the evil white man. So, it did have some really good music though. So yeah, I don't know, good stuff. I'm thinking tonight we're gonna play Mario RPG to start things off, because I've been slogging my way through that. Um, and then probably some fighting games. Like I was saying before, I normally, when I start this late, don't really want to go stream until 2 o'clock in the morning because I have to get up for church tomorrow. But you know how this usually goes. So I was like, yeah, it won't be that long, and then it's like, gee, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like, all right, we just finished this round of Street Fighter. Now let's watch these VHS tapes. So I don't know. So international channel, how's stuff in San Jose? Everything good on the West Side? Nice to have you on. I know a lot of the time, you're usually like working or on your break. And also, once again, thanks to Deandra and the Spider-Man for swinging by. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else I have to chat about. I did get a couple new video games. I got Final Fantasy 12 on the Xbox. And Santino wanted to get Pokemon Scarlet. So I've been kind of watching him play that, and it's like I've never actually played through a Pokemon RPG. I have a Pokemon Tournament, which is pretty cool. But yeah, honestly, my time has been spent running after my 2-year-old daughter and playing with Santino, and then trying to film episodes of the Noel Show. And then with whatever spare time I can get, I'm trying to beat Mario RPG, which I like, but the story is, I mean, it's a Mario story. Is it me, or has Eric Bischoff become a WWE show? It's not you. he's got some stick up his ass about AEW. I think he's probably trying to kind of piggyback on some of that Jim Cornette stuff. I think he's also probably a little jealous that Tony Khan is being successful in doing something that he probably wishes he could be doing. At least, in terms of running a Turner wrestling show. And probably also, he probably got rubbed the wrong way because Tony Khan is kind of a Meltzer acolyte, and Meltzer hates Bischoff. And, Tony Khan has said some, kind of things where it's like, oh, well, I know more about booking than Ted Turner. And, Bischoff's like, hey, listen, like, I was the number one wrestling company, for like years, and you're not ever. You've never been the number one wrestling company. So don't pretend you're in my league, kid. But on the other hand, Bischoff had tremendous success, but also heartbreaking failure too. So Bischoff, I have really mixed feelings about Bischoff because he is the architect of my favorite professional wrestling ever. Mid to late 90s WCW, from the kind of cartoonish, insane fever dream Dungeon of Doom to the kind of watershed NWO that really defined edgy wrestling for the future. Bischoff was the creative mind that oversaw all of that. But when you kind of dig deeper and, put him in situations that he's not comfortable in, he really flails and doesn't really have the kind of the depth or even understanding of why he's successful and why he was successful in the first place. I mean, I think he's kind of thought about that with age, but I also do think he's got a real arrogant streak that comes with being a 1980s pretty boy, So, um, yeah, I don't know. Plus, he understands. I mean, it's the name of his book, right? Controversy creates cash. So the more he runs his mouth and draws attention to himself, the more he, gets eyeballs on him, his product, and everything else. But I really don't agree with his a lot of his kind of, you know, hey, WWE is good and AEW is, more often than not the target of his ire. Diego, how you doing, man? Glad to have you on. Um, Very cool, very cool. We're just chatting about, we're chatting again briefly about that wacky, controversial Barbie movie, professional wrestling, and then forecasting some of the games we're going to be playing. Definitely Mario RPG. And what I was saying with Mario RPG is that I really do like the game, but because it's a Mario game, at least of kind of where I am in the game, the story, it's a Mario story. It's a nice, quaint story with enjoyable characters and kind of cute humor kind of sprinkled in. But it's not necessarily like a story that I like the game, don't get me wrong, but it's not like a story that like grabs you. You know what I'm saying? Like a Final Fantasy VII or like a Chrono Trigger. Like Chrono Trigger is one of those games where it's like literally like the second you start playing it, it's like it's hard to put it down. But Mario RPG, it's just like, oh, this is a fun RPG. I want to play it. I want to beat it. But it's just there's a lot of stuff going on. International channel, did you check out the? Not that you have to, but I'm just curious if you checked out the new episode of the Noel Show where we interviewed Kevin Nash and Miss Cleo. The Noel Show is actually now also on TikTok, where I don't know what it is. Like my TikTok stuff, and I guess TikTok's just like different than YouTube, and I prefer YouTube to TikTok. But like my TikTok stuff gets like hundreds of views, and my YouTube stuff just kind of like, you know, it's like I'm just kind of like I love YouTube. I'm not leaving. This is my home. This is my the nucleus of the Noel ComiX empire right here. But like you really gotta like scrape and claw for every little view and every little comment. Whereas TikTok is just you like post some stuff and it's like, wow, like 300 people watch this. And it's like, okay, so I don't know, it's weird. We are now at 1,900 and I think 12 subscribers. So we are inching ever closer to 2K, which will be very cool. I really want to reach 2,000 so we can do some kind of like Y2K thing and call it like N2K. And I don't know what we'll do. We'll just, I haven't yet, but you and Santino do the Miami Rice revival. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not leaving YouTube. Yeah, you know what that is like I love Don Johnson's Miami Vice style, right? I've always liked it. Miami Vice is one of my all-time favorite shows. And I also really, really like how David Letterman in the 80s did like the dress casual thing for his talk show. And now, I mean, I'm taking it to like another extreme where it's like I'm wearing like shorts and a t-shirt and a sport jacket. But hating 1070. Letterman was always really cool because he would wear like a suit and tie and then like jeans and basketball shoes, and I always thought that look was really cool. The other thing is that nobody knows this band, but back in like 2014, there was this like synth pop band called Aster, and it was like the daughter of the guy who owned Tommy Boy Records and some keyboard player with like troll hair. And they had this really cool song called Blue Hawaii. And it sampled the New Shoes song that was like, everybody, 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 everybody. And I was like, I really like that song a lot. And in the video, the keyboard player guy is wearing like a white sport jacket and shorts and like a t-shirt. And I just thought that looked like really cool. Like, you know, it would be cool if like a talk show host dressed that way, you know. So I like wearing the sport jacket, and then like the cool shorts and the cool t-shirt, cool basketball jersey and a snapback kind of thing. So yeah, gives the show kind of a unique look. So I'm probably gonna make a new episode Monday or Tuesday. So, you know, be on the lookout for that in the coming week. But at the same time, I really would like to do a comic book while I'm on summer vacation. So yep. All right, well, guys, the clock, it is a ticking. So we'll probably start off playing some Mario RPG and then inevitably switch to other things because, as you all know, I can't be trusted to play RPGs and read like around midnight because then I'll start hallucinating, and then, you know, you loved my impression of Miss Cleo. Thank you. I fall asleep. I no joke fall asleep to Miss Cleo infomercials. Really takes me back to the early 2000s. There's this one Miss Cleo infomercial on YouTube that I always fall asleep to, where she's on a radio station, and it's just like someone will call, and then she'll just have like a million, like, you know, embarrassing or personal details about the person, which is why I thought it would be really funny to have Miss Cleo interview me and then bring up a lot of painful and awkward childhood memories and situations. So, you know, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good times. Definitely for the next show, one of the guests is going to be Tom Snyder from the Late Late Show and the Tomorrow Show from the 80s and 90s. Because he always did a talk show that was like kind of like a very like serious discussion. So I'm thinking I'm going to have him interview me, but then just have it like kind of spiral into a bunch of stupid stuff. So I'm thinking like that's how that's going to go. And then I have to figure out what other guests to do. I know Nintendo 70 requested Chris Tucker, but I have no idea how to do Chris Tucker. Like, not that I'm doing the voices of these people at all. These are authentic guests that are coming live via satellite, and we're using their actual government file photos, which just happen to be like, you know, like VHS videos of them paused and awkward, you know, in comedic positions. Yes, Nintendo 70. This is the Super Nintendo Mini in the background, which is what we are playing Mario RPG on. I really wish I could use Game Genie codes on this thing because, you know, I would like to be able to plow through Mario RPG more quickly, but it is what it is. I'm liking the game, and what I also am really liking is there's times when I'm playing the game where Santino is next to me, kind of, you know, cheering me on or watching me play. And it's always really cool once you know, when you do things that you enjoy and you have your kids with you when you do it. It's a whole new level of rewarding situation here. Hey, Noel, I want to ask you, as a school teacher, why U.S. history classes really teaches about slavery in America. Well, I can't attest to everyone, but I try. It depends on the class also, you know, like, so as far as American public education goes, 7th grade, 8th grade, and 11th grade, and 12th grade are your U.S. history focuses. And 12th grade is going to really focus more on government. And 7th grade, what I teach, focuses on basically like the dawn of time through the end of the American Civil War, with a kind of exclusive focus on U.S. history and what led up to the creation of the United States. And at least for me and the colleague that I have that also teaches 7th grade, or had, he's no longer there, and the textbooks that I, you know, kind of use as like kind of background guidance, there is a pretty significant amount of slavery in those books. The perspective may be a little different in the South, where slavery was actually a thing. And my guess would be that they would want to, in the name of like their experience, or at least the white majority's experience, because the way that slavery is portrayed regionally is also different. And the way that the Civil War is portrayed is also different, at least in my kind of experiences looking at different points of view. There's a lot of people in the South that would, say like, yeah, slavery's bad for sure, but our identity is not just slavery, and there were other things in the Civil War besides slavery, things like states' rights, things like cultural alienation, but political differences, things like that. Whereas the Northern point of view, in my experiences tends to just focus more on the issue of slavery. It's like slavery's bad. The North was the anti-slavery side, which is not really, that's not actually the case until halfway through the Civil War. But there was definitely an abolitionist current in the North. So the North is much more like, yeah, it's about slavery, and the North ended slavery, and that's awesome. And in the South, they tend to want to complicate things a little more, and not necessarily have slavery be the focal point of the Civil War. But I think in my experiences, and I try to teach this, is that a lot of presidents owned slaves. Slavery was responsible for the development of the American economy in colonial days. I mean, before slavery was come across, I mean, the colonies, especially in the South, were like Virginia was a disaster. Um, was slavery needed for the country to become prosperous and successful? There were other ways to do it, but it was obviously the way to get the most profit for the rich people. So I don't know, I'm kind of rambling, but in my experiences as an educator, at least in upstate New York, I do feel like, and upstate New York is also a hub of the Underground Railroad because we're so close to Canada. And the only way that African Americans in this country could be free was if they got to Canada, because the British Empire got rid of slavery through decree before the United States got rid of slavery through, a bloodbath. As did many other countries around the world, get rid of slavery through decree rather than a bloody, miserable civil war. But if the slaves had to get to Canada because of the Fugitive Slave Act, and upstate New York didn't have any need for plantation slavery, so there was a lot of abolitionists up here, rightly so, and they, did their damnedest to get those slaves to Canada and to undermine slavery as an institution. So like anything in history, things are complex, though. People in the South, they were good people, and they fought for their freedom and died for their freedom and loved their culture. But like many things, the good was intertwined with bad, and in their case, the bad was, one of the last and most glaring examples of human slavery. Which incidentally is, there's still instances of slavery around the world. Apparently Libya sucks now after Hillary Clinton got her claws into it. So I don't know. But I digress. So anyway, Diego, I don't know if I answered your question or not, but yeah, I feel like it's taught reasonably well up here in upstate New York because of our history. Like John Brown, was from Rochester, Syracuse, New York, Cortland, where I'm from. There's like churches and things like that were used for the Underground Railroad. And I really do try to talk about the complexities and the moral complications of American history. That on the one hand, we're a country that stands for free speech and egalitarianism. On the other hand, we're a country that stands for hierarchy, social order, and for a lot of American history, racist economics that was embodied in slavery was a part of that. And that was considered normal and necessary for America to grow with a lot of people in the country. And so that's definitely immoral and wrong, because if you want to, to kind of take it back to the Barbie movie, right? If you don't want it done to you, don't do it to somebody else, right? So that's kind of, because people are kind of like debating whether the movie's like good or bad or whatever, and it's like, if you don't want something done to you, don't do it to other people, right? That was Frederick Douglass's always knockdown argument against slavery was, well, would you like to be a slave? And everyone's like, no. It's like, okay, then there's something wrong with it, And I think you can apply that to pretty much anything. You know, if there's like a kind of like a moral debate about something, ask yourself, would you like that done to you? And if the answer is no, then there's probably a problem with that issue. So, and you should do your best to understand different people and understand their point of view and value their humanity, while at the same time recognizing what's wrong with another person's point of view or thinking, and not embracing that, and doing your best to embrace the person, but not all aspects of their worldview, and hold true to your own ethical worldview and point of view, and try to have that create a more moral and loving reality, which in my opinion would be in line with Judeo-Christian norms espoused by Jesus Christ. But yes, sadly, Pakistan, Afghanistan, parts of Africa, yep. You know what's really funny is a lot of my videos get banned in Afghanistan. I don't know. Like Russia and Afghanistan are like two places that my videos always get banned in. So I don't know what's particularly. I think the Russia thing is just like everything is banned in Russia because of the new Cold War with Russia. But I have no idea about why stuff gets banned in Afghanistan. Whatever. So, anywho, let's take a sip from my gigantic jug of water. I've been talking for a half an hour about lots of random crap. Not crap. I love talking to you guys. Let's play some Mario RPG. Okay, we got the Super Nintendo Mini on the Trinitron here. Alright. I have this big speaker, and it just constantly, I love it, but because it has this cool kind of light to it. Will you ever do a Barbie movie review? I actually was talking about that. I really don't want to sit through it. And I really don't want to give money to it. But at the same time, I hope he does. Yeah, maybe if Joseph goes again and does a bootleg and smuggles me the bootleg. No, Joseph, don't get banned from the Plaza movie theater. It's not called the Plaza anymore. It's called Crown City Cinema. So, all right. But no, eventually I will. I just don't know how I'm going to do it or when I'm going to do it, But like I said, because I have this minor in women's history and I spent so much time with collegiate feminism and spent so much time being under the authority of different women, it's kind of like I don't view this with rose-colored goggles. On the other hand, it really does sound like there is some funny stuff in the movie, particularly the stuff with Ken, because it sounds like he kind of turns Barbie Land into this kind of like frat house utopia, which it seems actually in the movie the Barbies are pretty happy with while it's going on. So it seems in that movie, from the synopses that I've heard, is that the women are more judgmental of the other women than the men, but yet the men are portrayed as the bad guys in the movie, which I find interesting considering that movie is written by women. Like, I don't know. And then I know there's this big speech by Ugly Betty in the movie, like America Ferrera, and it's like all these people are saying, "Oh, it's so profound and awesome," and it's just like it can literally be summed up in 3 words: double standards bad. It's like, yeah, double standards are bad, and that again goes to the elementary morality argument. If you don't want it done to you, don't do it to other people. Okay, so but yeah, no, I mean, again, it's. But you know what? The other thing I've heard about this movie a lot, just from people talking about it online, is like a lot of the nerd YouTubers who are kind of like the voice of the alienated nerd, kind of thing. A lot of them are willing to just kind of give the whole movie a pass and say, you know what, I would be in favor of this if at the end the Barbies and the Kens were equal. Like at the, like the Barbies were extreme in the beginning, then the Kens got power and they were extreme, and the idea would be that you would kind of bring the best of both sides together to form a new order that everyone could be happy with, and then that way people could kind of chuckle at the extremes of both. But again, it's not that kind of movie, it sounds like. So I think that's why there's some people that are kind of like, it's like, oh, do I really have to be bitched out at the movies too? Kind of thing. But this is another interesting thing about this topic here is that you know, I think I've heard people like Richard Roper say like, oh well, this is the way women were treated in movies, so now it's time for men to be treated this way. And I'm like, I was thinking, sorry, I loaded the wrong part. That's not actually true. Like even in like quote unquote guy movies, where women are viewed as either like sex objects or damsels in distress or something like that, like they're always valued. You know what I'm saying? It's like the guy usually cares about them and has to protect and rescue them, or the woman is usually like the support structure for the protagonist. And even like in a movie like James Bond, it's like he's like, the girls are usually, it's like, yeah, he's like sleeping with a lot of girls, but usually those girls are like killer spies themselves, so it's like I can't really think of a guy movie where it's like, what, women should be treated as political hostages and second class citizens. like I like the movie that I can think of where women are treated the worst is 50 Shades of Grey, where the woman is literally a sex slave of her own choosing. And that was written by and for women. Like the only other thing I could think of would be like blaxploitation movies where like the idea of the pimp is romanticized. But again, I could trace that to slavery and paternalism, where a lot of African Americans had to observe this idea of the benevolent, kind of the benevolent yet brutal master is the trope, right? And so the pimp is like, I take care of my hoes, but I'm not afraid to smack them, kind of thing, which would be analogous to the Southern master, which would be like, oh, I love my slaves, I will beat them at will, though, which is horrible, horrible, horrible. So, but those would be like the only things I could think of, like Rambo, Bloodsport, all these other movies. It's like, yes, the women are viewed as, usually not as strong as the men. Sometimes they are as strong as the men, or they're like kind of in supporting roles, but they're always usually valued. They're usually cared about or have to be rescued or protected, or they're the equal of the men a lot of the time, like Street Fighter, right? Like Chun-Li and Cammy, they're like right along there with Guile and Ryu. So I don't know. It reminds me kind of I guess you could say Bolshevik dictatorship, right? One step forward, two steps back. You it's kind of like I just want my people to be in charge and everyone else be damned. Like that would be I guess the concern with some of the criticisms that I've heard about the movie. But then again, it's like anytime I don't know how everyone's reacting to the movie, but now it's kind of like the left's turn to say like, oh, you snowflakes, blah blah blah, because it's like they had to take it so much when they were having meltdowns over Donald Trump for like years and years and years, and now they get to be the ones to say that it's like, oh, what's the matter, you sensitive, but then again, that goes to, if you don't want it done to you, don't do it to other people. Like someone's got to be the mature person and break the cycle here. So or else you're just going to have increasing division and ugliness. So I don't know, I ramble on though. So who is the most beautiful blonde girl? Ooh, that's an interesting. For me, it was always Pamela Anderson. Yeah, Pamela Anderson was Nicole Eggert. Nicole Eggert would be my kind of blonde bombshell. Erica Eleniak. Actually, Erica Eleniak, if you want a really pretty blonde girl, I would give it to like late 80s, early 90s Erica Eleniak. Maybe Jenny McCarthy too. I mean, Margot Robbie's no slouch. I just think that Margot Robbie too is at this point in her career where she's like afraid, or maybe not, maybe she just legitimately believes it too. But it's kind of like, you know, she's an option. She can be the pinup girl or the Jane Fonda, you know, like she can go support the Viet Cong or something like that kind of thing. And you know, like if she kind of becomes this, you know, feminist person, that will then protect her from the people who could and would criticize her and say that she's on the wrong side of this issue, you know. Or maybe she just doesn't want to be defined as eye candy for men, although that's kind of how she built her career and doing a full frontal scene in Wolf of Wall Street, you know. But maybe she just doesn't want that to be the totality of, you know, what she's defined as, which is why she's, you know, saying all the stuff. Although I did see a TikTok of her saying that, you know, for her, feminism was, you know, equality between men and women, but that doesn't seem to be the case with the Barbie movie. So I don't know. So I don't know. But it's definitely, hey, it's Bowser. I don't. But Bowser's the most likable bad guy. You know? You know, I don't know. It's definitely something that's being talked about a lot. That all that movie and all the politics and stuff around it. But the reason it's getting talked about, as far as my opinion goes, it's like, yes, it struck a nerve with various people, but it's the fact that it's able to kind of tap into that kind of consumeristic, colorful, vibrant pinup girl aesthetic that is so ingrained in Americana. And then now that's being infused with controversial ideology. And that's what, so it's like something that everyone already accepted has now been co-opted by an ideology that is either agreeable or disagreeable to different people, depending on their points of view and their politics and just whatever. So, do I need any of this stuff here? Armor for Bowser? Yeah, what the hell? Mid mushroom? Maybe. Weapon for Bowser? Yeah, what the hell? Okay. That's probably. See, this is what I mean. I love this game, don't get me wrong, but like it's kind of slow moving here, you know. I don't know, maybe I'm getting ADD. Feel free to rest here. Okay. I guess I just can't rest. I guess I can just jump on the bed here. I think I need to stay in this town here. So it looks like, you know, we're back in a place where all of Bowser's friends are. I really do like the idea of Mario, and like I like the idea of Mario and Bowser being rivals, but it is really fun to have Bowser in your party as your friend here. All right, let's have some fun with this guy here. Damn. That chain from Bowser does a lot of damage. The only downside to having this attack heavy party is, you know, I don't have Peach as the healer. What the hell? What the hell? Let's chill, this little guy. Maybe I should have Peach in my party, I don't know. Do I have any mushrooms here? I do. I have one mid mushroom. I should probably use it on Gino. I'm gonna hit him with the super flame, see what that does here. Ooh, nothing. That's not good. Looks like I'm just gonna have to use physical attacks on this guy. Oh, great. Valor up. That's never a good sign. I should probably, I probably should get Gino to try to give Mario a Gino. I'm gonna give Bowser the boost because his mace already does so much damage here. Am I out of? Damn it. Well, I guess if Gino gets knocked out, it won't really matter because I've got so many pick-me-ups. Oh man, I meant to give that to Mario or whatever. Only built up Bowser here. Okay. You know, I can never ever tell how many people are watching the live stream because like the counter will like sometimes say like 0 people watching and people are still talking. And then sometimes it's, oh no, I don't want to challenge you. No, damn it, I don't want to fight you again. Whatever. Alright. I have a bad feeling about this matchup here. Because now I'm like lower on my healing supplies. Can I run? No, I'm not going to run. Screw that. Go down swinging. I'm just going to keep doing attacks on this guy. And as my crew goes down, I'll just use pick-me-ups to revive them here. Well, I'm going to burn through my pick-me-ups here, but... Have I burned through my pick-me-ups? Crap. Yeah, well, I don't think we're going to beat him this time. That did a whole lot of nothing. It's going to be the end of me. Well, I beat him once, so whatever. No, I don't want to fight you anymore. No, that's how I got in here. Sorry, it's been a minute since I've played this game here. Oh, am I supposed to go back to the sewers or something here? I don't know if I need another. I don't need just a simple mushroom. I need some mid mushrooms here. I should probably swap Gino and Peach so I can get a healer on my party. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to go to the sewers here. I think that's what it said in the walkthrough. Yeah, but what the hell is that up there? I would compare the graphics of Mario RPG to Sonic 3D Blast. You know, I thought the exact same thing when I saw Sonic 3D Blast. I thought this was... I actually thought it was kind of Sega's answer to Mario RPG. But, you know, the games are totally different types of games. I don't really know where to go. And I don't have a strategy guide near me. I don't really want to go back to the seaside town here. I feel like this is the place I'm supposed to be, but there's like no other place around here. Like, I don't know how to get up any farther. What is this here? That's the item shop. That's sealed. Can I jump 30 times in a row? I'm sure I can. All right, good to see that this time I didn't... that you can catch it live. Yes, yes. Hello, Arrow. Welcome, welcome. Always good to have you on the stream. We're playing some Mario RPG, and I don't really know where to go. So I'm just jumping on this bed. Let's see what's happening in here. The hell is this? Apparently, like, I don't know what the deal with that star is there, but I can jump on the bed. There's a secret passage to the sky at Bean Valley, but first you must scale the cliff beyond the desert to get there. Since you're a nice guy, I'll introduce you to someone who can help you. This game is getting steadily more engaging the more I play it. Hey, Nick's here. Oh, you're in Nashville. Very cool. So what time is it there in Nashville, Nick? And what the hell are you doing in Nashville? He's trying to finally start that country music career that you've long been wanting to do. Well, Nick, I mean, I will definitely buy your country music album right here. So you're an hour behind. Very nice. So what is it, like 11 o'clock for you? I think it's like 12 here, right? So where did those guys go? I don't know if did I miss something here? Which I almost certainly did. Stop at the Smoky Mountains. Went to a George Strait concert. Very cool. You know, I have never been to like a concert of like a band that I actually like. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, like the Old Timers band, which by the way I believe Nick plays in, is a fantastic band. But I'd kind of like to go see, you know, like I don't know, Starship or White Snake or I don't know. Or, you know, like, I don't know, some J-pop group or Rick Astley, you know? Where did those guys go? I don't know where to go. Which is pretty typical for Noel in an RPG. He said that those guys were going to help me scale the mountains, but I don't see where they went. Oh man, I'm probably just gonna have to save this. Then tomorrow, look up a looking a walkthrough, which is probably like the most disappointing thing I can say. But like, I don't really feel like walking around in circles here. I don't know how to get to the unless they're at Land's End, but. Yeah, I'll explore here a little bit. I think like getting swarmed by enemies here. I'm pretty good and leveled up here, so. Here's another example of like a girl that is technically a side character and uses that damsel in distress trope, but is not portrayed in any kind of disrespectful way, and is actually someone who people prefer to play as a lot of the time. I mean, I often choose Peach when I have an opportunity to play as her because that float she has is always very handy. On the topic of Peach, she just leveled up. What the hell? Let's go for the last one here. I gotta tell you, I really do like the way the Super Nintendo Mini looks on this Trinitron. So I've got it going through HDMI to 480i component. I'm pretty sure this is like not the way I'm supposed to be going, but that mushroom guy said something about like scaling mountains, and this is the only place I can see with mountains. I mean, worst case scenario, I just level up, and that was always kind of a running theme with me in SquareSoft RPGs, is that I'd get lost, but just like fight all the time while I was getting lost, and then it just ended up being unintentional grinding. So. I've never seen this type of Mario game. I have the ROM hack. It's called Super Luigi RPG, and it has Luigi as a replacement for Peach and Mario. Interesting. Luigi and Daisy as a replacement for Peach and Mario. Interesting. Never seen this kind of Mario game. Yeah, this is one of a kind. What we really need to do is get a Philips CDI and play Hotel Mario on that. People shit all over the CDI, but there was a Mario side-scrolling game in development for that looked really good. It looked like Super Mario World. Oops, I'm out of pick-me-ups here. I'm just gonna have to try to fight this guy here. Alright. They could have been ugly, actually. Alright, Peach, time to heal us here. This was the last game that Square made for Nintendo for a long time. Somewhere in this game, Bahamut is supposed to be an Easter egg. Oh, great. Mario's turned into a mushroom. Bowser really is an indispensable ally in this game here. Scarecrow dust. Sounds like a Batman villain. Now no one can attack here. Group hugs all around. Oh, there we go. Good work, Mario. Ah, damn it. Trying to like time this just right, so I'm not constantly having to do the same fight a million times here. God damn it. There's one. Ugh, yeah, it's inevitable. Just might as well have to fight it here. There we go. That wasn't so bad. There we go. Well played, Mario. There we go. I will go with the normal course here. Man, I've done the wrong one. Ugh, man. Can I just, like, run away here? I'm just gonna try to run away. There we go. You like how the running away on this game? It's really stupid. It's like, you immediately get attacked, like, right afterward. Like, not all the time, but a lot of the time. I hate when this thing has its shell up here. It's like extra annoying. Shit. Damn it, I gotta do this whole thing all over again. Alright. What the hell? Let's just keep going. Nothing else, I'm just gonna level up from this here. Going to bed, good night, Nin 1070. I don't know how exhilarating me playing an RPG is, but it's enough to put you to sleep, so you're welcome. Thanks for stopping by the live stream. I very much appreciate it. We'll I'll switch to some fighters soon. Yeah, take a hike. Well, if nothing else, all this getting lost is really leveling up my party here. This is like that time in Final Fantasy VII where, like, I accidentally, like, climbed down the mountain. No, I climbed back up the mountain. I snowboarded down and wandered around, like, just random parts on Disc 2 for, like, the first part of Disc 2. And I ended up being, like, way over-leveled for the whole game because I was just, like, lost and wandering around so much. It actually worked out really well, so... Nice little feather in the cap there. Yeah, right back where I started here. Well, we did some leveling up, so that's good. Let's go to our save state here. Alright, well, we got a nice save state going here, so... Shut off the Super, and let's turn on the Sega Genesis. I have the At Game Sega Genesis also on this TV. So, There's that. Hey, Sinister. It is Mario RPG. 11 days straight. Hang on a second here. Let's see what Sinister's saying here. Hello, friend. On my way to work. Normally don't work weekends. This is 11th day straight. And one after the day. Another 13-day stretch. This will be the 8th of said 13. Damn. And it is Mario RPG. And I can totally play Altered Beast if you want. It's literally right here. So, let me... Is my controller not working here? Okay, you want to play Altered Beast? Here's some Altered Beast. Rise from your graves. I command you to rise from your grave. I have no idea why there's some people that don't like this game. This game is like awesome. This is a game that my friend and I would always play whenever I'd go over to his house. I always really love the, like, in-between level music of Altered Beast. Will you go down already, you stupid, weird, giant head dude? One of my favorite YouTubers and social media guys I talk to says this and Strider get a lot of unfair retrospective hate. I have no idea why. It's so crazy. Work is so crazy, but I want to chat to stay positive. Something bright like a Sonic game. I do love those bright Sonic games. This is also like a bright Sonic game. Yeah, I have no idea why... Like, what is not to like about Altered Beast? I mean, what is it? The good graphics, the simple gameplay, the good music. You know, like I really love these early Genesis games too. You know. I hate these slugs. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it here. The dragon always had a cool power up here. Ugh, game over. Sinister said he wanted a Sonic game. As much as I do love Altered Beast. What the hell? Let's check out what we got for Sonic here. Back to menu. Well, these are the official Sonic games that are on here. But I do have the SD card that is just loaded with stuff here. Mario and Sonic 1. Sonic 1 Pixel Perfect. Sonic 2 The Lost Worlds. The Sonic Saturn. This one never works. The hell is... Sorry. We do have a Sailor Moon Mega Drive game, though. Amy, Rose, and Sonic. What the hell? Let's do Amy and Sonic here. I heard that someone made a demo of like it's like a fan hack of the I shouldn't say they made a demo. They made a fan hack of the demo of the Tokyo Toy Show Sonic with Madonna and stuff. It looks a little rough, but it might be an interesting ROM to download. Should probably fire up some Somari. That would be interesting. Whee! I said before and I'll say it again, there's a lot I like about how Amy Rose plays, but I also don't like that you have to like actually hit her hammer to make her actually damage the enemies instead of just jumping into them. I mean, it is a whole extra new mechanic to this hack that is very interesting and clever. Did she spin dash? I don't remember. Oh, damn it. It's like, it's also, you know, you're used to Mario too, where they can, I don't even know what I was going to say. Used to Mario 2 where they can something here. Oh yeah, jump on their heads. Damn it. I wish they had kept the flying saucers. Those look really cool. Yeah, she has like nothing approximating a spin dash. Around the loop, up the thingamabob, invincibility. Right, I gotta be careful not to fall in the hole here. Yeah, this is a particularly tricky level because those spikes, you need to like jump into them, but if you are off and you either hit the air below or the spikes above, you are going to be in fatal danger or near fatal danger. Altered Beast is hard to beat. One of my there is a code on Altered Beast, and there's also some Game Genie codes that can definitely kind of ease the pain of Altered Beast's ridiculous difficulty. And well, it's actually like a normal difficulty, but the lives are so few that damn it. All right. Time to go get a snack. What's going on in chat land? Anything interesting? I mean, you're all interesting, but nothing new. 1 o'clock. I should probably play like one round of something and then pop in a VHS tape. Although, the stream hasn't been going on terribly long, but we did also start it a bit later, so. Okay, what the hell do I want to eat? What is even in here? I've got apples, I've got strawberries, I'll just have one of these things. And see what's going on in chat land here. Do a little chat, we'll do our little midstream snack here. Sinister, I don't remember. What do you agree with? It's so. The Altered Beast is hard. Or I mean, I can't even remember. Like, it's getting late, and I'm just getting increasingly scatterbrained. So I can't even remember what the last thing I said was. On the eShop on Nintendo, we got Melty Blood for like. Can you please give us some snacks? Nom 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 nom. There's Hot and Cali. There you go. You guys would know. You're both out there. It's hot in New York, man. It was like 90 degrees today. And the humidity is not great either. It wreaks havoc on my hair. I mean, it's ridiculous. On I don't know if you guys saw AEW Collision, but CM Punk is now turned his belt into the show's belt, and I don't know. There's times when he was like talking about it, where he was kind of spacing out, and like. I don't mean to like be weird about this, but he was kind of giving like Mitch McConnell vibes, where he was just kind of like staring at the camera for a second. It was like, uh-oh. That whole situation's weird. Like, I mean, he definitely had a stroke, But it's like, I don't know. He's like tried to cover it up or something. It's like, dude, just get some medical attention. Like, this isn't. Stop playing politics with your health. Hey, John, how you doing, man? Just taking a little snack break. Played some Mario RPG. Played some Altered Beast. Played a Sonic 1 ROM hack. You know. But it's after 1, so I'm thinking like, you know, one more game, a little bit of VHS tape, and then we'll wrap it up. But it's summer, so if I can get a good window to stream, even if it's late, I will, because I feel like I haven't been streaming as much late night, where I can just kind of like talk and chill with you guys. Like, a lot of the time I'll stream with Santino during the day, which I love, but fewer people show up live during the day, obviously, because people have to work and things like that. And the other thing is that, you know, with Santino around, it kind of limits the conversation topics, obviously, because, you know, some things are appropriate for a 6-year-old and some things are not appropriate for a 6-year-old and some things are appropriate for a 6-year-old, you know. And, you know, not everything that we discuss on the later live streams is appropriate. You know what else is inappropriate? Serafina's half-eaten bag of Chex Mix. We'll have to snack on that a little bit. I have no idea what game to play next. Kind of wrap things up. Deep thoughts. I don't know. I didn't go to the Route 90 garage sale. Is it still going on, or is it just today? Did you go to the Route 90 garage sale? And if so, did you get anything cool? Will I watch Oppenheimer? Sure. That's definitely not a movie for Santino, though, so, I mean, I'd have to be able to carve out. And what is that movie? Like, it's almost like 3 hours, too, so, I don't know. I hear it's, good. Like, it's not as, like, I guess, accessible to the masses in terms of its content compared to Barbie. But people who've seen both, at least that I've heard online, usually say that they like Oppenheimer better. I think it is tomorrow, and you snatched a 10-car out from a person's nose. All right, good deal. All right, maybe we should grab a quick cup of coffee just to help us stay awake. And I'm just going to see if there's any other snacks here. I don't know if it's like my allergy meds or I've just been lifting more weights or something like that. But I've been like starving today, dude. Now, what the hell? I'll have a little more coffee. Hopefully I don't stay up all night. But if I do, we'll just watch a Miss Cleo infomercial. What kind of cup should I get? Oh, look, it's the Cortland City School District. Am I okay? Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just trying to snack on things to, stay awake, take a break from the gaming, just have a little bit of a chit chat portion of the stream. You got a little coffee in here. Not much though. All right, down the hatch to the game room. All right. Well, we have the At Games Sega Genesis going, so why don't we stick with this and see what else we can play here. This reminds me of an early review video I did on the channel. Santino was maybe just 1 year old. We reviewed the Super Nintendo Mini versus the At Games Sega Genesis. And definitely an interesting, some interesting pros and cons. Because on the one hand, the At Games has a lot more range, but that range does not always equal as tight of quality when compared to the Super. But most of the games play really well on here. Let's play this Virtua Fighter versus Tekken ROM hack that I remember not being very good, but what the hell. It is VR Fighter versus Taken 2. Now this would be a fun game to review here. Oh, I can set this to no damage. I'm going to crank this all the way down. 1.60 seconds. So they have, I'm going to be Honey, who is from... This is really interesting that they use the Virtua Fighter engine here for the Sega Genesis. I mean, the controls aren't bad. They're a little slow. Graphics are good for using that Virtua Fighter style. Nice job with the Fighting Vipers bear in the background here. You can also find a kind of a, I guess you could say, anthropomorphic version of Honey in Sonic the Fighters, Or I believe she's a cat. Yes, thank you, John, for once again complimenting my streaming style here. Jean-Pierre Pornelef, by which I mean Paul from Tekken. Although Guile's design was supposed to look like Paul, but they decided to put Stroheim's hair on him just for shits and giggles and realized they liked it better than Pornelef's hair. That's why he was called Guile, after Jay Giles. Because Jay Giles killed Pornelef's sister. Alright, alright. Cruising on down the line. For his, kind of... I mean, the controls aren't bad, but they are not as... I mean, if you imagine, like, Street Fighter 2 for the Sega Genesis, this is very similar to that, but more difficulty options and more maturity in terms of the content. Alright, come on, come on. Oh man, we're so close. There we go, we got him. Alright. Ooh, Jun Kazama versus Honey. Talk about a dream match here. Thank goodness for those life gauges. Really help balance out the game. Oh, man, we're so close. There we go, we got her. I wonder if Heihachi's the boss. It wouldn't make sense. Oh, I bet Devil Kazuya is the boss. Alright, come on, Heihachi. I always was kind of disappointed that PS2 got Heihachi in their Soul Calibur instead of Cloud. It was always the rumor. Oh man, who the hell is Shun? Oh yeah, this Virtua Fighter dude. It's not that I don't enjoy the older characters in the video games. It's just that when they either are or start feigning forgetfulness, it's kind of like, please just help me. I mean, even if I just run out the clock, I should be able to beat him, but you never know with a dude like this here. Alright, we definitely got him. Alright. Lion. I don't take kind to the elderly. Yeah. Playing that on your phone or speakers, then people will definitely look oddly at you. Come on, come on. Alright, we're just gonna win on the time here anyway. What game is this? This is a bootleg on the Sega Genesis. It is Street Fighter. No, I'm sorry. It's Tekken versus Virtua Fighter. The polygonal dream fight match of the 80s. Now on your 16-bit system. With no polygons. Alright. A kick to the face. That's always a healthy and fun situation for someone. Man. He got me, darn it. Oh, I don't care if you're late, man. So I can't jump kick here. Yes, I can. It's just hard to pull off here. Come on, just a little closer. I'm trying so hard to kick you in the head here. Alright, I think we're just gonna run out the clock here. 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh man, Pai-chan, so annoying. I'm getting tired. Nice music though. Ooh, we're close. Man, I can't get a read on her. it should still do it. Oh, please be the last boss here. I like Honey, but her range is not great. Oh, come on. Man. They got me there, man. Once they get to the end of the game, their punches become so fast. Alright. Slow and steady here, Noel. That's not what I want. Be spammed by jump kicks here. Man, I can't get anything going on this dude. Can't even run out the clock because he's too fast. This isn't like SNK boss rage. This is more like This isn't SNK. This isn't SNK or Capcom boss rage. This is like weird Chinese boss rage. Oh, damn it, I can't get it. Man. I don't think I have this here. I might just save state it. Oh, save slots. What? Yeah, okay, good enough. Okay, well that was some VR Fighter Cross Taken 2. So, 2 of the VCRs in store for us before we wrap things up for the night. Well, first of all, what the VCR has in stored for us is needing to get hooked up for the live stream here. I've started to unplug this because the baby will watch this TV and I don't want her pulling on wires and stuff. Alright, TV. What do we got? We're not gonna be watching too much because I'm pretty tired, but let's see what we got here. Yeah, we can't watch him because Pop Japan TV gets us in trouble. Let's see what's going on in Chatland here. It's mildly infuriating when an enemy won't let you get a shot. It's funny. Yeah, it's true. It's also sadly the name of the game. Ooh, it's money, which we also can't watch because I don't know. Singapore's got weird copyright laws. With Danita, what the hell was her last name? The cool, oh, I think she's Filipino. Ooh, it's Pretty Sammy. You know, the other really cool thing about Pretty Sammy is that it was subtitled in Japanese as opposed to the other Tenchis, which had the English dub, which was not a bad English dub. But to me, nothing beats the Japanese voice actors. Evil Washu. Alright, Washu. Let's see what else we got here. I don't want to get in too much trouble. I remember I want to say this was shown on a Saturday night. Or was it a Friday? I think it must have been a Friday.
Call and see how easy it is to shop from the new Romans catalog. Call for your free catalog and receive a special offer with your first order. Tomorrow on International Channel, the informative Romanian Voice.
Ah, Romanian Voice. Informing the American community about Romanian voices.
Arts, music, and
The voice I hear in my head talks Romanian. Tells me to burn things.
Tune in for Romanian Voice. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, only on International Channel.
Tomorrow on International, the drama Totalitarian Romance. After brief encounters with rebels in Moscow, a man flees to a Siberian town. He soon falls in love with a woman, a communist propaganda worker. Against all political odds, they face the consequences of their union. A human story of strength and suffering. Don't miss Totalitarian Romance during the International Film Festival. Late night tomorrow at 1 a.m.
All right, good deal.
Only on International Channel.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to. I wonder if I can get to the closing credits of this here. Then we'll wrap it up. Like at the end of this, Keone gets like stranded in space. Here we go. Here's the closing credits here. We'll close off with a couple songs, then we'll be done here. I think YouTube should have different rules for videos and streams. I agree. I have the Pretty Sammy video game for Sega Saturn, but it's in Japanese and I can't really read it. But it did come with a mini disc with Pretty Sammy music, and I'm pretty sure this song was on there. Like some shoujo tenchi here. remember when I first heard about Pretty Sammy, I was deeply intrigued. So my friend had the internet before me, so you know he'd look up all this stuff about the Toonami animes, and we loved Tenchi. So the idea that there was this like weird Tenchi spinoff where Sasami is Sailor Moon. Now, I want to say this plays a South Korean music video from Dobby called Never Say Never. Yeah, there it is, yeah. This is an interesting one. It's a good video. I'll lower this a little bit. We don't want to wake up the family. I always like this video, especially, you know, a lot of the time at this point, a lot of South Korean music that was shown on Revolution was good, but then there were other releases of not an infrequent quantity that wasn't bad, just really not my style, just really, 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 really slow songs, you know. This is like right up my alley here. Plus the music video is very creative. A lot of, you know, I don't know, it's very, very stylistic. Everything's kind of fashionably choppy. So she knows some French as well. Pretty sure I have this music video on the channel. In fact, I know I do. Yeah, the smooth sounds continue here. This is I mean, it's like kind of like a softer song, but it's definitely got a lot of pep to it. All right. Well, my friends, that I think is going to do it tonight So it's a little bit of a shorter live stream tonight. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't be surprised if we stream again late at night in the coming days. If I get a chance, I will try to do that. But it is getting pretty late, and I got to get up for church tomorrow. So thank you guys. Am I planning any IC uploads? Yes, my third strike has expired. So I should be able to upload some stuff. I'll go through some tapes and see what I can find. So, you know, now that I'm strike free, we got to be careful, but that does give us some more leeway. So cool. So be on the lookout for uploads. Thank you guys so much for hanging out on the stream and chatting and sharing your presence and sharing my interests and all other form of nonsense and stuff like that. So yeah, the channel will have lots of cool stuff live and pre-recorded coming in the future. So until next time, guys, my name is Noel. You take care, and I'll see you in the very near future for more Noel ComiX fun and live streaming action. Bye-bye.